What's up, everybody? It's all the work here. Giving you the week wrap up, I guess. I'm not gonna. I realize that my videos, where I do these wrap ups, kind of make no sense. I kind of babble on about things. I'm just gonna give you my opinions about the past week's occurrences in wrestling and whatnot. It's just easier that way, and I think it makes more sense than telling you what happened on Raw, what happened on the pay per view. If you really cared much, you would check out one of the websites: WrestleView, PWI Insider, WrestleZone, Wrestle-News.com. Those are all really good websites. Even the DOI's Declaration of Independence, which is a really good website for independent pro wrestling. PWG and Jersey All Pro, as well as numerous Northeast independents. So this is going to be my new format. I'm just going to come in and talk about what's going on this week in wrestling. First things first is we had the TNA Destination X pay-per-view, which was supposed to be X Division related. It was actually supposed to be based around the X Division, which was the main reason I really got into TNA when they first started. There's guys there now that I really enjoy watching. I really enjoy watching Red. I really enjoy watching Motive City Machine Guns. Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, Homicide's there. Those are guys that are in the X Division that I consider X Division wrestlers, as well as Doug Williams, and some other stuff. So I'm going to really go quick on this and just put it out there. They started off the pay per view with a match that they could have been was a good match, but I just think it needed to be placed in the pay per view a little differently, and that's about the only complaint I had about it. Besides who won. I'm not a fan of Kaz. I don't see what he's worth. I don't see why he keeps going over on certain wrestlers. I don't see why he keeps getting pushed. A couple months ago, he had naked pictures of him show up on the internet. TNA downplayed it. They didn't say anything about it. They actually took the mask off of him because he was still under the suicide mask. And they allowed him to come back as Kaz, Frankie Kazarian. I don't like the guy. I don't find his matches entertaining. And if anybody disagrees with me, that's fine. You're welcome to it. But my argument is look at who he's in the ring with. Look at the guys that he's had really good matches with. Like, I seen him have a really good match in Jersey All Pro against Xavier. Xavier, in my opinion, is a really good wrestler. His most famous match was against... I'm talking about Xavier right now. His most famous match was against Low Ki in a New York independent company called ICW, which is a really good company that's actually starting to kick up again. And if you look at a lot of the guys that worked there, they actually all eventually worked for Ring of Honor and now TNA as well, because Red was there, Senshi Low Ki, who is now in WWE territory as well. I don't want to go into all that, but I'm just putting it out there that I just don't think that Kazarian's worth as much as they put him on. I just don't see it in him. I don't think he has mic skills. I like to know that, I'm sorry, I don't want to bash anybody, but there's one guy I really don't get his push. I like to know whose dick he's sucking in the back, and that's the truth, because he's getting over, and I don't get it. Really good women's match, I gotta say. The Tara Daphne match was really good in my opinion. I liked it. The rest of the pay-per-view, my next problem with TNA's pay-per-view is, besides the old people, I don't care how good everybody says Scott Hall looked. I don't... His time's passed. It's amazing what some hair dye in a couple days in the gym will do for you. Being truthful about that. They had Generation Me, I believe they call them, which is the Young Bucks. If anybody pays attention to independent wrestling, knows who the Young Bucks are. Young Bucks are really, really good tag team, and I don't know why they changed their names to Generation Me. Nick and Matt Jackson is a good name. I don't know why they brought them to TNA. Honestly, I keep on forgetting that they're actually in TNA because of the name change. I don't even know what their names are in TNA. It kind of makes no sense to me as somebody that has known about them and has got to see them wrestle in other places and actually put on really good matches, why not take advantage of them actually having a pretty well-known name and going with that instead of changing their name? I could see if nobody really knew them, if there wasn't a buzz about them, but there is a buzz. These are guys that have been in Japan. These are guys that have been all over, North America. These are guys that are talented and that fans know, that have been on TV with other companies. Why not use that to your advantage and go, well, we have the Young Bucks here, Nick and Matt Jackson, instead of calling them, I'm sorry, but I don't know their names there, and I blame TNA. That's their fault. And they had a really good match with Motor City Machine Guns, who they have had great matches with in the past and continue to have great matches with. Very inventive, very, very good style. My only beef with the match was, besides the whole name thing, was they had the Ultimate X match, and it seemed really low. It seemed like it kind of made no sense at the time, because it looked like if somebody went on somebody's shoulder, they could have grabbed it. So it kind of made no sense to why you had to cross that wiring. I wasn't impressed with the Abyss AJ Styles match. I was kind of a little disappointed in the no sell of the ankle lock by Mr. Anderson after his match with Kurt Angle. We all saw the swerve coming from Nash. I know the ums. I gotta stop that shit. What else was on that? That big guy, Rob Terry, just a musclehead. I don't see anything really too interesting with him. He's just a jacked guy. That's about it. Doug Williams, Shannon Moore. Why was Shannon Moore given the X Division title match? He hasn't proven anything. He was no offense to Shannon, and not that he's going to watch this or give a fuck what I think, but you were a fucking job guy, barely getting any TV time in WWE. Why in God's name are you given X Division title match? It makes no sense. Once again, I don't get that. I'm trying to think what else I saw. What else was on it? That's it. I'm done with TNA. The pay-per-view sucked. It had 3 good matches. I'll say that Daphne Tara match was really good. Definitely the Motor City Machine Guns versus Generation Me, or in my opinion, the Young Bucks, was really good. Monday night, I flipped around. I actually, I was kind of, I went to WWE to start, and I ended up switching to TNA. This Monday night was a real big build-up to going on into WrestleMania this weekend. So you got to figure the matches weren't going to be anything spectacular, and they really weren't. We got to see Kofi, who's going to be the last guy in the Money in the Bank match, and I really liked the way Vladimir Kozlov came off on TV this week. I thought it was really good.